What up? Welcome to YOGICK, the magical art of yoga, shifting perception-based reality on and off the mat. Family calls me Gadu, and in this short video, we'll discuss a little bit about beginner's way to eating raw, vegan, gluten-free, what have yous. First, I'd like to give a shout out to everyone who made it through to Axum Anniversary. Axum Culture's anniversary was popping with the drums, didgeridoo, flutes, capoeira, chakra workshop, the bouncy castle for the youth dem, and yes, and I did a little yoga workshop, which we had a lot of fun exploring some deeper and little known aspects of the myth. Also yesterday I'm super thankful for the opportunity I had to assist at the level 1 certification in both the Sealy's Raw Reality, and yeah, there's a whole lot of basus ready to hit the ground running and show you what they're made of. So you can look forward to messages, workshops, classes, and sessions from all of them. Now, as far as eating raw, vegan, what have you, this system is not dogmatic, and we were strongly encouraged when I first went through level 1 certification to move towards raw food as often as possible, and having green juice and all kinds of things we do during the day as far as getting sunlight and moonlight and all these ways to activate our natural brilliance, as it's called. So in this one easy way, there's a couple easy concepts, because sometimes we're like, raw and vegan and what will I eat? So many questions. If you just boil that right down, holla at your produce aisle. That's the quickest way to have a straight shooting guidance system to find a bunch of foods that probably don't have animals, don't have to get cooked, don't have like any dairy or whatever, and have very few added ingredients. So another concept that works well in this is eating one food at a time, and that will also assist us in going through a process which we often call food testing. Now, the thing about food is, I think it's super subjective. It's like telling someone what to eat, put in their body, is like telling somebody what the only books that they should be reading, and like maybe that could work for one person and it might not work for another. Hey, Kate. The other concept that assists in terms of the food combining is moving through the day by ingesting food in an order that we start with the foods that we can digest the quickest, and then we slowly move on to foods that take longer to digest. So we may start out a day, number one, with a bunch of pure water, just clear, pure water, and that assists us because 20% of our water goes straight to the brain, and pure water, when we drink it, actually breaches the blood-brain barrier. So it goes straight to where it's supposed to go. Then we can do a little tincture, maybe with some lemon or some cayenne or kind of master cleanse type of stuff, whatever we feel or we know works well with our bodies. And then that's a great time if we're doing melon. We do that, wait a couple minutes, then maybe some pineapple, do that, wait a couple minutes, 10-15 minutes between these foods. That's when we can move into the citrus field, or maybe we're starting with citrus. We eat as many oranges as we like, eat as many grapefruits as we like, then we can move on to apples, then we can move on to bananas, then we can move on to nuts, into the cashews, onto the almonds, onto the Brazil nuts, onto the walnuts, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds. We can even make a cereal to get a ton of protein, which is great also because we get to soak our seeds, which is super helpful and empowering, and making the food easier for us to digest and take in all the nutrients. So you could do a cereal if you like. Chia seed is great for that as well. It expands. Flaxseed is incredible as well. You can add peanut butter, cashew butter, almond butter, whatever is your fancy, and then that with either coconut milk or coconut water or just straight up water soaking for a bit can be a great way to take in a whole bunch of proteins, and that will bring us to time to get salad. Now, some staples with the salad is, of course, the classics: ginger, garlic, onion, tomato, sun-dried tomato, and some of that could also be super good with any kind of leafy green. And if we want a lot more volume, we can do like couscous, and couscous is great because you soak it. You can do the same thing with bulgur wheat. It takes a little longer, and of course it probably isn't gluten-free because it's bulgur wheat, but it's fantastic. So for all the beginners, now you know. For everybody else who knows about the game, you're probably on some Dr. Sebi, eating all alkaline foods, and you know what you're doing. So just put a couple comments so that folks who are still learning can learn even more. With that, Tep, make your day great. Peace.